Right.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News in Motion. I am your host for today, Isaiah Jones, but I am not alone. I have with me my younger brother. What's your name?
Isaac.
Isaac Jones. And today we are going to be your co host for this morning's podcast. If you are tuning in by audio, thank you for tuning in by audio, but make sure you keep your eyes on the road. Make sure you get to your destination safe and sound. For those of you who are tuning in via Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Happy Thursday morning. We're almost to Friday, y'all. We're on Friday Eve. We're almost through the week. So, how is everybody doing today as you're getting your coffee? If you're getting starting to wake up, get ready for the work day, get ready to take on the day. How is everyone doing today? We have a special show in store for you today. Um, you know that Juneteenth and Father's Day is coming up this upcoming Sunday, so we have a special guest. Yeah, clap that up, man.
Started out with
We got
giving
a
honor to my
we got a special guest today. Good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning, Kimberly Walton Graves. Good morning, Amanda Smith. Good morning, Deborah Johnson. How are y'all doing today? I see y'all rolling up in here. Today is a good day. The sun is shining. Hopefully, it won't be as hot as it was yesterday because let me tell you, when I went to my car to crack down my windows, my glasses were fogging up. So that's how hot it is. Good morning, Gail Dudley. How are you doing today? It's so weird not seeing you start the show today. Like we got it today. Good morning, Adrian Gladys. Good morning, Camille Jones. Good morning, Mary Onis, who is tuning in on LinkedIn. Also, want to give a shout out to our LinkedIn viewers as well. So, as I was saying, we have us for many y'all who know, for many who know that Juneteenth is coming up as well as Father's Day. So we got a special guest today. Our dad actually will be joining us today for a quick interview. Also, kind to give his thoughts and opinions on what Juneteenth is, or what Juneteenth means to him. So stay tuned for that. And we're also going to talk about some headline news. A lot has been going on in Central Ohio these last few days. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning, Davia Stevenson. Good morning, Joy K. It's raining here in New Jersey. Oh, I hope it's not heavy rain or any, at least no storms in that area. We had a storm on, I want to say Monday to Monday night or Tuesday. Um, and it's been pretty bad ever since. You see what Kenny Stanley said?
yeah.
He said, "Go Team Isaac." We appreciate the Team Isaac love. So we appreciate everybody running in here. So we got a special intro for today. It's not the regular intro; it's a special intro for Father's Day. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Wow, that was a beautiful intro video. Shout out to all the dads in the world. Good morning, John Gore. It's great to see you as well. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette. Good morning, Valerie Johnson. Dr. Antoinette also says, happy Father's weekend. And good morning to our mother, Miss Latrice Jones, who also says Happy Father's Day. So, y'all, some quick headline news for those who are from Central Ohio. You know that this week has been a busy one for us in terms of the heat and, also the thunderstorms that happened on Monday night. With the heat, there also came the power outage, and one of the hardest hit areas in Columbus was around Morris Road near Easton Town Center, with 3,330 customers having power outages. This is being cited from the Columbus Dispatch. And it also says other areas with large outages include 4,943 customers in the south side between Groveport Road and Allen Creek Drive, 2,513 people with power outages on I-270 near Dublin Granville Road on the north side, 2,007 people with power outages in the University District, 2,700 people with power outages near Broad Street on the east side, and 2,759 people who didn't have power on Fisherton Road on the west side. So AEP Power has also said that they hope to have everyone's power back on by this morning. If not this morning, then by later on tonight. So if you are still without power, you can still go get you a fan at a local drive. And also be sure to check in on your elderly as well. Be sure to check in on your elderly, those who may not be fortunate enough to get any cooling units or anything like that. Yo Dudley said, I am sitting watching this, so proud of Isaiah and the work he is doing with News in Motion. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Special Father's Day segment. Thank you, Gail Dudley, for allowing me to be a part of your team, your vision. I am blessed to be a part of this. And of course, I'm also glad to share this with my younger brother, who's not so little anymore. This dude is basically looking at me eye to eye. And other news involving Central Ohio yesterday. This was reported on 10 TV. Several people were shot at a cooling center yesterday in Glenville Community Center, or Glenwood Community Center. One person has died. The other, I believe, are in critical condition. Just want to send my thoughts and prayers to the family of the victim. But people are just acting out with this heat. So we're getting ready to go into our special Father's Day segment. But before we do that, I just want to give some quick tips on what you could do for Father's Day. If you still have time to gift a Father's Day gift, or here's some ideas or some stuff you can do for Father's Day. This was seen in the New York magazine. You can get the man in your life, your father or someone special, a sound bot, which is a water resistant Bluetooth shower speaker for only $15. Now, many of y'all know when you don't want to shower in silence. You want to act like you're having a concert in there. So why not get a water resistant speaker to go with that? You can also get some flavorful popcorn seasoning for $10. A Zor Store fire starter tumbleweeds for $25. Fun fact, the tumbleweeds burn hot and clean and lasts for nearly 10 minutes. And aren't you tired of wiping down your phone with a Clorox wipe every night? Instead, you can get your dad a whole a home home medics UV clean sanitizer bag for $15, and he can simply pop it into his UV pouch and it zaps away the bacteria in a couple of minutes. He can also get a geeky multi-tool box for $20, a hot sauce kit for $45, an Amazon Echo Show 8 for $70, and you can also get him a spa day, um, get dinner out, a golf kit certificate, and a bike nook bicycle stand for $60. Um, Also, some more Father's Day ideas. You could plan an indoor or outdoor picnic, create a at-home wine tasting, do breakfast in bed, compete a puzzle, have an outdoor family movie night, go to a concert, make ice cream, or make a baking soda volcano. So those are just some ideas that you can do with your family, especially with your dad. I think I have an idea of what me and Ike are going to do for our dad. So with that being said, before we bring in our dad, just want to give a quick introduction to him. My father, Mr. Fred Jones, he was born and raised in Steubenville, Ohio. And since then, he has just grown to be an amazing person and someone that I'm glad to say that I not only admire, but someone I aspire to be like. Um, he has been working for the state of Ohio Health Department for 17 years now. Um, at that job, he is in charge of running the inventory, keeping count of the inventory. He met a special woman. Okay. He met a special woman who later became my mother, and she's actually looking at us right now. He later on had 3 beautiful children. My older sister, Misha, me, and my younger brother, Isaac. My dad is a phenomenal person. He's hardworking. He always keeps it honest. And I'm just proud to say that I'm a dad guy. My dad means a lot to me, and I'm grateful and thankful every day to have him in my life. So with that being said, we are going to bring in my dad, our dad. Mr. Jones, come on in the room. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing great. You look nice today, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just on the side note, we are not doing the baking soda volcano. All right. So you scratch that off the list.
Yeah, that would be
because I'll probably end up cleaning it up anyway. So we're not going to do that.
You ain't lying there. So just got a couple quick questions for you. And about what Father's Day is for you, and what also want to get your thoughts on Juneteenth coming up. So I'll start off with your beginning. What do you remember about the house or houses you lived in as a child?
Very structured, very loving. Your grandfather worked in a steel mill for 40 years, so he was a no nonsense type of guy. He worked hard. He was also a World War II veteran. So he at that time, I thought, as growing up as a young man, I thought he was really running the house with an iron fist. so to speak. So, um, there were times I would mumble under my breath because I wouldn't say it out loud, like, man, why don't you lighten up? But he had an old school mentality as it relates to leading a household um, and raising his kids.
Yeah. What type of experiences did you have as a child that some children today might not get the chance to experience?
Um, wow. I grew up, in a really cool neighborhood. Um, we didn't have garage doors that we just open and go in and not interact with our neighbors like kind of like we do now. Excuse me. We played football in the street. We went to the neighborhood park, played basketball. Hide and go seek, all of that stuff that you normally don't see young people doing now because of the age we live in. Um, our gaming systems were the Atari 2600, and they just gravitated from there. Now you're looking at the PS5 and your Xboxes and stuff. So these things were kind of made to kind of keep kids out indoors instead of outdoors, I think. But um, the neighborhood structure, we all went to the same schools. We all went to, basically some of the same churches for the most part. And so now everything, especially in a metropolitan area like Columbus, things are scattered. Like I remember our former neighbors, their kids went to Centennial.
Mm.
And so, you guys didn't even, go to the same schools. So when you have the busing and everything going on, and plus you have a plethora of high schools you get to pick from, you're not going to have that dynamic as I have with two high schools.
Yeah. I'm glad to say that I was still part of the group that still went outside, play street ball. We didn't stay out the house. Even if we did come in the house, it was to get a quick sip of water and we went back outside. Mom would always say, you're not gonna run in my good air. Not gonna let
Yes.
it fly in, all that
Yes.
stuff. Um, and it's hard to get a PS5 nowadays. But I remember you talking about the Atari and the Game Cubes and stuff like that. So
Nintendo 64s and all that.
64.
Yeah, back in my day.
Yeah, your day doesn't seem that far off. Um, Isaac wants to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
As if Black fathers of three, what's one thing you will share with other dads or soon to be fathers?
One thing that I will share with, current fathers and soon to be fathers, is one, fatherhood is a privilege. And two, it's one of the most rewarding things you'll ever do. Um, I never understood how my life would change once, I found out that I was becoming a father. My whole mindset had to change. And now I'm at a different phase of being a father. I'm always going to be a father, but now I'm like a coach. So I would also advise them that different segments are coming up. You're going to be a dad. You're going to be a nurturer. You're going to be a coach. You're going to be a counselor. You're going to be a myriad of things. And for our fathers who are walking in faith, you're always going to be a covering of your children. So um, that's something that you shouldn't take lightly, and that again, it's a privilege to be in that position and in that role.
Mm. I want to throw a quick add-on question with that. What would you, what would your advice be for fathers who have children who are on the spectrum?
um, be flexible. You're not going to be able to always do the same things that you do with your other children, who will then be typical, for lack of a better term, right? And so you have to be flexible. And one thing with any, if you have multiple children, one thing that I've discovered, and I always try to walk in every day, is that you you can't love your kids equally. You got to love them adequately.
Mm.
And so that comes with being flexible, because Isaac doesn't have, outside of the basic needs, he doesn't have the same needs as you, and you don't have the same needs as he does. So you got to love your children adequately so they can get what they need from their father.
Mm. I got two more questions for you. What do you plan to do this Father's Day, and do you have any plans for Juneteenth?
Um, for Juneteenth, I'll start there. Um, just kind of be reflective on where, you know, from that day of emancipation to current day, and even, sandwiched in between that, my upbringing. And so just kind of be reflective, and um, look at my role and how I serve in our community, in my home first and foremost, and then what I do in my home should branch out um, to the community. So what I instill in you guys um, is, excuse me, what I instill in you guys should go out in the community and be an example for what the standard is in our home. So, like I told you before, one of my parental flexes um, is that I've never had to this point, I never had to go downtown to either bail you guys out or identify you. And so, and I think that's part and parcel to what your mom and I instill in you guys here, at home, which is the foundation.
Final question. Which family member, teacher, or friend has been your greatest coach in life? And how have they coached you?
Just follow the rules.
Yes, we're gonna follow the rules. Yes, um, that is a long list. But if I had to pick one, without a doubt, it'd have to be my dad, because not only did I learn what to do, there's some things I learned what not to do.
Mm.
And that just came from him being a human. That came from him being a man, and running into some turbulence or some stumbling blocks in his life, but he overcame those. And so by far he was my greatest teacher. He wasn't a hands-on teacher in terms of um, being an affectionate father, but the way he provided and the instruction that he gave me, that let me know that he loved us. So um, there's some lessons that I still try to carry on to this day that
Yeah.
he taught me, even um, in his last few days when he was ill. So um, definitely my dad. Your
Wow.
grandpa, the
Yeah.
man.
Grandpa Bugs
Yeah,
took no nonsense.
no
But,
nonsense. And
uh,
you knew that, and you was only what, 3, so you knew
yeah,
that.
I was yeah coming up
You
on
about to
4.
turn 3. You about to
Yeah.
turn 3. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Jones, Dad, thank you for your time today. Um, we know that you're a busy man, so we appreciate your time. We also appreciate you being our father, our coach, a teacher in our lives. Me and Isaac are extremely thankful to have you as our dad. Thank you for everything you do. Um, we truly appreciate you, Private.
Hey, I appreciate and love you guys. You guys make it easy. So if you keep making it easy, I would greatly appreciate that. Um, So just keep doing what you guys do. I love you guys.
Love you too.
All right, man.
All right. And now, before we head out of here, we just want to also let you guys know that we are extremely grateful and thankful for everyone who tunes in today. We see y'all rolling up in here. Kim Emmett says Happy Father's Day. John Gore says, making it easy, love it. Gail Deli says, great interview.
Good morning, Luciano, and all of our special guests. Happy Father's Day. Welcome to an virtual and in-person worship service today.
Somebody's ready for Sunday. As he always is. Just want to also give a quick message, and that is to be grateful. I know a lot is going on right now, not just in Ohio, but in the world. So every day that you wake up, every day that you have new breath, just take a few moments to be grateful. And a lot can happen, and we don't know what tomorrow has in store for us. So it's always important to be grateful and tell someone that you love them, because life is too short to take it for granted. So just be thankful, be grateful, because these last 3 years have been something that we couldn't have prepared for. So I have been your host. Well, we have been your host, your co-host, Isaiah Jones, along with Isaac Jones, the dynamic duo, as my mother likes to call us. Y'all have a blessed Thursday. Have a blessed weekend. Enjoy Juneteenth. Anything you want to say to the
Father's Day.
And Father's Day, and show some love for the fathers out there. And we will see you all again on Monday. We're out.